Hello YouTube. Well, I've seen it. Yeah, I have seen it. Avengers Endgame. Well, I need some spinach first. Cheers. Right. This is going to be a difficult review. I'm going to try and not do any spoilers, guys. It's just love this music, you know what I mean? Right. Let's get started. Right, where do I start? Well, I got to see it this morning. I went in at 11, half 11. It started at half 11. And I got out at cinema, I think about 20. I think it was after 2 o'clock. I mean, it was a long film. The thing is, right. The thing is, right, I feel better now after that. Right, I went to see Avengers. It's 3 hours, 5 minutes long. Is it worth it? Yeah. It could have been done in 2.5 hours, which I think I would have preferred. But I can see why they did 3 hours. Right, I really want to release some spoilers, and I'm going to try not to. Do you know what I mean? Right, I went in. The film starts, right, in the snap. You get to see the world in the snap, and it's not a nice place. You know, people are destroyed. The word Thanos is known across the world after what happened. It's sort of like, it's not a nice place. It's just, you know, it starts off 23 days after snap. Iron Man's in space with Nebula. You know, there's a lovely scene between her and him where I think she sort of likes him, because the same where she puts him down in the command chair on the ship and she just touches his chest, but she's thinking, because she's like half machine, you know. You really feel for her, because there's a lot more with Nebula, and I really like her character. Was amazing in this film. She was such a highlight, and there's so much to her, and about, you know, like she's a machine, but I'm going off record. So 23 days after snap, he's in space with her on the ship when he got off from Titan, light years away. Power's gone. So obviously they developed this because they're together all the time trying to survive. We go to Earth. Captain America, Scarlet Witch, Thor. What can we do? And they're going through like this situation of being sort of, well, you know, we're Power, we need to do something at Rocket. And they come up with a conclusion. They find Thanos, because obviously the gems, when he snapped the fingers on Earth, it gave out this unregistered energy right across the universe. And they head off, so they get the ship. What happened? Yeah, the ship comes back, and they all get on the ship. Captain Marvel finds Stark in space. I think we knew that, so I'm not going to give too much away there. They end up on a fixed ship, and they fuck off to a planet where they go take Thanos on, and they take him out. I mean, they take him out fucking fast. Do you know what I mean? They do, but he's obviously got rid of the stones. So, and Thor just takes him out. He's no fucking about. Chops his head off, and that's that. So anyway, they're back on Earth, set 5 years later. That's all I'm going to say, right? And Stark's developed his own life with Pepper. You know, in this world of snap. And it's Ant-Man suddenly turns up. He's been in quantum realm because time runs differently there, you know. And they go see Stark. He don't know what to do because he's got a little girl and all this. And then they sort of like get Banner in. He's now Professor Hulk, which is, you know, he's great. I love Professor Hulk. You know, Mark Ruffalo, it's like this, and explains how that happens. But even he's not intelligent enough to work out how to come up with this plan for quantum realm. We know time travel, so there's no spoilers there. And it's funny because they're all going on about Back to the Future and Terminator, all other heroes. And like Tony Stark says, look, you know, it's not true, it don't work like that. Do you know what I mean? It just doesn't work like that at all. And one of them said, what you mean Back to the Future's been a pile of shit then? You know, one of the heroes says. Captain Marvel, I'm going to go into her. And somehow I do feel a bit sorry for Brie Larson. Because the humour in this movie is amazing. Obviously, Chris Hemsworth in New Asgard in Norway is hilarious. I don't want to spoil these funny scenes for you. The film it moves fast for 3 hours, right? And I've set up the time travel thing, and it's very clever how it's done. It connects a lot of the Marvel movies up. So this film, it's like a loop, you know, going round like that, of how it coincides the rest of the MCU, which is very clever how they've done it, and it makes sense, you know. But the characters in the film, it's interesting, like, with their lives, because, like, Tony Stark, he won't have all to do with it, because he obviously got a little girl, but then, you know, he has this discussion with Pepper, and they come to the conclusion that if they're going to do what they're going to do through time travel is, how do you say it, they, like, it's not to affect today, because they don't, you know, obviously, time travel, he says it doesn't work. Right, hang on. It doesn't work like that. Now, I love Rocket. I mean, they're all calling him Ratchet and all kinds of stuff, and like, you know, this talking raccoon, like, getting their heads around it. Scarlet Witch is very, not Scarlet, Black Widow. She's like the mother of the group in a certain way. She's getting very emotional. There's some really good scenes with her. You know, because Avengers are like a family, you know. Hawkeye, who everybody thought was terrible, he's awesome in this film. He's just a killing machine, because he's become Ronin now. So, and he's leaving bodies all over the world, because his family, he starts at the beginning, where he's just having a barbecue with his family, and he goes and gets some, and it's just like dust floating off. And it's a great way to start, because it's the feeling of the snap of that world. But like when Captain Marvel turns up, Captain Marvel's okay. She's better in this. I actually sort of liked her, but she's just got no personality whatsoever. I don't know Brie Larson. I don't. You know, so I know she's apparently everybody's attacking her for saying stuff online, and I've seen where she's getting a bit funny with Chris Hemsworth. But she's not the centre of this film. The centre of this film is the Avengers Prime. Thor, Captain America and Iron Man. They're your Prime, and they play a big part in it. And the rest of the team floats in around that. It's the original 6 which you want. So obviously the time travel thing comes up. How Thanos finds out is really good, you know. And so they go through time, meeting the parents. Captain America goes back, and they all sort of meet people, but they can't interact. There's a great scene after the Battle of New York. You get a bit more of the aftermath of it, and there's Hydra's there and all that ties in beautifully to Captain America Winter Soldier. Everything's sort of connected. and jumping through time. The ancient one, that's explained. She was involved in the Battle of New York, you know, because she's at top at Sanctorium Supreme, whatever, blasting Chitauri out of sky. And as the great meeting, so you sort of say, like, they get to people before things happen to them, and then they all come together and rebuild this, you know. There's, I can't tell you. So we head off into the future, and Thanos turns up on Earth, and fucking hell, I'm sorry for my language, there's this big battle. And I mean, he just wipes the floor with Avengers headquarters, because I can't tell you what went on there, and I don't want to. And he turns it on as a battle. I mean, it's battle. He's basically kicking their ass. Do you know what I mean? You know, and then obviously, I don't. So there's this battle, and it's fantastic where it all ends up. And obviously Avengers win, but there's a price to pay, a massive price in this, and you feel it. I started to see, I actually had tears down my eyes for Captain America, you know, when they sort of like the Avengers get the upper hand, you know, and but in some ways, some of them get a happy ending as well, like, and the door opens up. How do you say, it opens up to some potential sequels. There's when the snap obviously gets undone and they're losing this battle, the other heroes obviously join in, and my God, there's loads of them. I mean, what a battle! But there's a scene with Captain Marvel, Wasp, Scarlet Witch, Black Widow, Nebula. Her from Black Panther, I forgot her name, Black Panther's sister. They're all there together. And do you remember that comic series, the Female Avengers, the Lady Avengers? There's like 7 females, all super powered up, stood there going in a battle, and it's brilliant. It's like they could do a Female Avengers movie, and it's great just seeing the women together, you know. Brilliant scene. I mean, this film has these comic dream moments, you know, and but the star of the film for me was Thor. Thor was just hilarious, because he's got a big beer belly and he's given up. He's given up. He's totally given up on life. And he's playing Fortnite all day. Honestly, seriously, because all the Asgardians live in Norway. They've got little plate New Asgard, which obviously the Norwegian government gives to him. And there's a scene where, you know, the Rock dude from the last Thor movie, him and Quake, they're playing Fortnite or something like that, you know, and he's getting abused by a teenage kid or somebody in a basement as well, and Thor gets on and threatens him down. I'll fly over your house and bombard it with lightning. But Hulk turns up, because he's Professor Green with Rocket, and you know, because they have to go back to Asgard, and I can't say anymore. But the humour in this, especially from Chris Hemsworth, is brilliant. I mean, there's the scene, I think Thor's now joined the Guardians of the Galaxy, because him and Star-Lord have got this, like, I'm the leader, and he's going, oh yes, you can be the leader, I don't mind you being the leader. He's going, I am the leader, and he's going, no, that's alright, Quill, that's alright, Mr. Lord, you are the leader, and the rest of the crew, it's brilliant. The battle scenes, I don't know, I think he says, did the film drag for 3 hours, 5 minutes? I found the final battle at the end, it could have been made shorter with more impact. For me, it would have been good with the final 6 taking him out, like at the beginning. But yeah, I can understand the scope of this film. I mean, it's universal. This event has affected everything, you know. But the scale of their sacrifice to get everything back is just immense, you know, and there's moments that are so touching where you feel quite sad. I mean, I had a tear down my eye in a part of it, you know, and I think you might feel that, you know, but it was a great film. Was it better than Infinity War? I think it definitely tops it, you know, but yeah, I think with this you know what to expect, and I think a lot of us knew sort of where the story's sort of going. You know, hang on, let's put some Avengers music on again. Shouldn't do that. Hang on, is it on? So, we're going through this. I mean, it recognises every film more or less in the MCU for the last 11 years. And if this is one big chapter of a book, of a graphic novel, it's a great way to finish it, you know. The humour is spot on. The character interaction, you feel the power of the relationships. If you're into comics like me, so you know that scale of the teamwork. They brought a comic into live action on such a spectacular level, and they had more. I mean, the battle at the end, there's loads of heroes, and they're all going, and it played out beautiful. I mean, it's everybody, but it all comes down to the final three Avengers, you know. I mean, Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man. I mean, Thanos is. This is before, when he turns up with his battle fleet and all these weapons and everything. The battle is just so, it dwarfs the Battle of Wakanda. It wipes the floor with it. Sure, but this all going somewhere. Now, the next stage of the MCU is going to be interesting, because I don't want to give like major spoilers away, because it's interesting how this film plays out. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I enjoyed it. I don't think I went to see Infinity War twice, but I sat through 3 hours and 5 minutes of this, plus the half an hour of trailers and crap in cinema, which I didn't really want to sit through. So you're talking nearly, in a cinema, we're in there nearly, what, 3.5 hours? You know, if I'd have gone to seeing it at 3 o'clock, I'd have been in there till 6. So I don't think I could go see it twice. I probably might go see it next week, you know. So, but there's a lot in this film. I've still got it floating around in my head now. But the Brie Larson thing, I mean, really shouldn't really do that much in this. And they go on about how, I mean, you see how powerful she is with photon power, you know, and she do, I mean, but Thanos kicks her ass more or less, you know. But I mean, you know, at the beginning, I mean, 6 of them take him out, do you know what I mean? But this time when he turns up, I can't, when it all happens again, it's different. I mean, he's ruthless warrior, but I think they have over-exaggerated her part in a lot of this. She's got no, she don't seem to have a lot of, like Thor, Chris Hemsworth, Robert Downey Jr., Scarlett Johansson, Jeremy Renner, they've all got this connection between them, you know, Mark Ruffalo, they've got this thing between them, and she don't connect into that thing, whereas in Infinity War, it's so, even Doctor Strange and Spider-Man, their personalities meshed beautifully with this movie. But she, I mean, she turns up a couple of times. She turns up at the moment she's needed, like fighting away and all this, you know. But I think she's getting a lot of stick. But I mean, I've seen this interview footage of her, and to be honest, I'm not. Well, I don't know. They've got a lot of work to do on Captain Marvel's character. It should have been Katie Sackhoff for me who should have played that part. She was up for it. I don't know why they didn't give her it. But I'm not going to knock Brie Larson. She's probably a very nice person under that. She's got her opinion, hasn't she? But the rest of the characters in the film just work wonderfully. And when everybody else turns up, I mean, the build-up to the anti-snap is incredible. Do you know what I mean? And how it all sort of molds together. But there's characters from the past in all the MCU movies turn up, and that's brilliant. It's not. It's more about the Avengers suffering now. Like the last film were about Thanos. I mean, it's a great scene of him. I mean, Don Cheadle, our War Machine, says, "What you mean?" When they're going on about this planet, he retires to. He says, "What you mean?" He's got a retirement plan after what he's done. It's just these one-liners that are great. But Chris Hemsworth, that guy is so funny. You know, and he worked brilliantly with the Guardians. And I think Captain Marvel in the Guardians of the Galaxy or in the Avengers, I think she will work. I really do think she will work in these movies. So, well, I'll wait until my judgment's out until Captain Marvel. So, but this film is, I'm going to give it, there is little bits of it where you think it does go on too long. 3 hours, I think it could have been done in 2.5 hours. I really do. Yet again, you'd lose out on a lot of the emotional scenes, because there's a lot of that about the life after the snap, and that is what you're more interested in. The snap, what's the world like? How are people coping with it? And it's not a nice place, you know. But that's it. I mean, that's my review of Avengers Endgame. I'm trying to go at it without giving any spoilers. I'm trying. I've probably give 1 or 2, but they are minor, and I think you'd see that anyway. But go see it, guys. Make your own mind up. Would I go see it again? Possibly in about a week or so. I don't think I could sit through, like I said before, 6 hours of it. It's still a lot going on. So I'm telling this review how it is, how I saw it, you know. But it is an extravaganza. I think it's a great way to end this chapter of the MCU. You know, it's not perfect. There is problems in there, but I don't want to knock it. There's very few problems. Stan Lee's appearance is cool as well. What a tribute. I will say, don't bother staying till the end, guys. There's nothing. There were 2 of us sat in cinema watching credits go, and there were nothing. Except at the end, there was just like a hammer metal noise. That's all there was at the end. Unless that means something, you tell me. But obviously people will be going on about that. But there's nothing. Just finishes. So really, you could finish all the Marvel movies on this. But a lot of stories play out. But there's Easter eggs in there for the next stage. You know, roll on Guardians 3. Got to get for it, Guardians. Got to. Him and Star-Lord just so funny together. Right, guys, we've got a minute left on my camera. So that's my review for Avengers Endgame. I'm on live Sunday at 7 o'clock. I will be on live. We'll have a big discussion about it when you've seen it. Guys, you know, press the button down there to subscribe. Press the button up there to do notifications. And I'll see you all Sunday. Alright, guys, have a great weekend and see you Sunday.